Welcome to tonight's episode of Beyond Focus TV. I'm your host, Lydia Patel, and as always, we have a very special guest for you. Wayne Devonish, who's the chairman and founder of 500 Men, is here tonight with us. He'll be here for the next 30 minutes, so stay with us. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Beyond Focus TV allows you to discuss contemporary topics affecting the Caribbean people on both a national and local level. The show features informed guests who offer insight, debate, and evaluate various issues. Beyond Focus TV builds on the station's mission to provide useful information to the Caribbean people in New York and abroad. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, sitting here with Wayne Devonish, chairman and founder of 500 Men. Wayne, welcome to Beyond Focus.
Thank you so much.
Well, it's great to have you here. 500 Men has been doing a lot of great things over the years. It's great to actually have you here to give us some details for those who may not be aware of what you're doing. By the end of the program, I think they're going to have a great idea of exactly what's going on and what to look forward to. So let's dive straight into it. Why don't you tell us about how this all got started and what is 500 Men first and foremost?
Sure. It's basically a men's volunteer group. We started about 5 years ago. And we really started because of, a catastrophic failure I had. I was doing a lot of community service by myself, and I actually wanted to raise some money to have a conference center. Mm-hmm. Always hear, black folks don't never have a conference center. Mm-hmm. We always got to go to the Marriott. We always got to go here. We always got to go there. So I said, you know what? I'll do this fundraiser. I'll raise a whole bunch of money. There's this big space that's vacant that I have access to. Mm-hmm. And, it'll work out great. I'll hire Stephanie Mills. Boom, I did all of that. Hired Stephanie Mills, almost had a nervous breakdown, almost lost my job. And I just came to a realization. I was like, wait a minute. I know so many positive men that just do stuff, but we just never work together. Mm-hmm. It's just always, hey, what's up? Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, he's doing that. But we never come together. Mm-hmm. So I said, you know what? I think maybe we'll try coming together, try that. And, I was thinking about 100 men, and I was like, I think someone's got that. Mm-hmm. And then I said, well, maybe 500 men. I sent out an email. A few guys showed up. Boom, here we are. Bunch of guys consistently doing community service.
So that's basically the mission
of
500 Men, to get everyone together, try to do community service. Now, when you initially decided to make this a reality, and it seems like it's more than 5 years old because everything that you've done, it just seems like this has been something that's like a decade old because it's so in place, it's so polished. You guys have done a great job really putting that all together. When you decided to make that change into, I'm going to do this, how did you really take the next necessary steps to make that a reality?
Well, initially, I really just literally sent out an email. I kind of had a big database. Quite a few gentlemen showed up. And, there was a core group, of course, that kind of was really into it. Mm-hmm. And we just did the non-for-profit paperwork. We elected a treasurer. I didn't even know the guy. And, he turned out to be a magnificent person all around. He's just like a superstar, rock star type of person. And then we just kind of just kept mobilizing organically. And, today we're a real entity that's kind of very relevant in the 5 boroughs. Folks,
absolutely.
Quite a few folks are like, if they want some manpower, if they want men to show up and help out, they kind of give us a call. We get a lot of random calls from folks that look, I need men to show up to this, and and we answer the call when we can.
And that's amazing that this is a service that's actually available. So by the end of the program, you'll give your information on how you can actually get in contact. Give us an overview of some of the type of work that you've done where people have utilized your services.
Oh, definitely. So we do mentoring. So we work with a lot of mentoring organizations like Mentoring USA, Children of Promise, churches, schools, the organization with Susan Taylor. Mm-hmm. So mentoring is one of our biggest things that we participate in by getting young men and kind of showing them the way. Also working to do renovations in schools and in churches and in public spaces, in green spaces and parks. We've had actually a great amount of success with doing work in parks, where we're actually starting a whole new organization, actually Conservancy, and yeah, so that's big, like Central Park sort of thing.
Wow.
Yeah, and we actually have actually mentorship from the folks that run Central Park, the folks that run Prospect Park, and the folks that run Madison Square Park. So we're having like the best tutors on earth that are actually showing us the ropes about how to manage urban green space. So yeah,
And those are some of the top parks in New York City. So if
top
you
park
know,
in the world
it,
actually.
yeah,
urban, yeah.
in urban green space. And when you
Mhm.
mentioned the renovations,
Mhm.
instantly it made me think of Habitat for Humanity,
Right.
which we had a guest on the program. We interviewed the chairman and the CEO as well, so we've had them on here, and it's very similar where they actually let you come in with them, that you can actually go and build and be an assist in building your own
Right.
property.
Right. Full
Which-
disclosure, I used to work for Habitat, so so that's definitely where I got a lot of my training.
Yeah.
I worked for them for about maybe I'd say 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, doing Martin Luther King projects, and I kind of brought that sort of mindset over to 500 Men Making a Difference.
I love them. I love what
Yeah.
they stand for, and what they
Mhm.
do, and the families that they help.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's really something great. So you've transitioned that wealth of knowledge that
Yes.
you've gotten, the experience from that.
Mhm.
So what made you decide to work with Greenspace?
Well, that kind of happened. We just kind of stumbled across it. We had our office space right across the street from a huge park.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, since we're always like doing stuff, it's like, oh, well, let's go clean up the park. So, you know, we just started sweeping up the park. And then we said, oh, well, let's paint the inside of the center. And then, let's paint the outside. And then as we're doing this or that, we're getting grant money to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gaining momentum. And then we're learning history about the park. The park actually was done by the same architects that did Central Park and did Prospect Park.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like one of the first parks that was commissioned in Brooklyn. And, you know, learning the history and learning what it's transitioned to just kind of gave us a big boost, and actually gave us our biggest donor. We actually got a $100,000 grant to do work and to start the conservancy in this park. So, you
That's
know,
fantastic.
yeah, it's crazy.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good, very good chunk of money
Yeah,
to
definitely.
get dedicated to that.
To that
so
project, yeah.
big hats off to that, because it's hard to get any type of,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
especially for parks, because people have the mentality too, well, you fix up the park only for it to be destroyed again.
Mm.
So depending on where everything is, you know, it really could be a challenge. And then you're, of course, a 501c3.
Yes.
Non-for-profit. Tell us about some of the challenges of having that, because it's so tailored to what you're allowed and what you're not allowed to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, luckily we had it professionally done with some lawyers, so our scope is pretty broad. So that definitely helps. So we're not kind of pigeonholed, but it does create accountability, which is good, because it keeps us, you know, honest, and it keeps us like looking and making sure that, you know, what we're doing is positive, it's for the community, and it also allows us to get, you know, grants and funding. You know, we've been able to garner real funding from, I guess, big institutions like New York Community Trust, which is a huge foundation, and we're about to re-up, you know, after giving them a report, and they're like, oh, okay, you guys did all right, you know, so you pass go, we can, you know, look at refunding you and giving you even more money. So, you know, the paperwork is one thing, but, you know, it's a part of the process.
Absolutely.
And you need to be organized, and, you know, the government doesn't want to prohibit you, but they want you to do the right thing. So
Absolutely.
it's all good.
Well, hold that thought. We'll take a quick break. You'll be right back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us. back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, sitting here with Wayne Devenish, who's the chairman and founder of 500 Men, an absolutely amazing organization. I can't even say just Brooklyn, because you're really all over the 5 boroughs.
We definitely are.
You
And in Long Island.
Long Island now, too.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
you cover a good spectrum.
Right.
Before we took the break, we were just talking about accountability and really some of the challenges of keeping organized with that. But it definitely is a good thing because so many people list themselves as non-for-profit, cook the books, they do certain things. That's why people are a little hesitant
Right.
to actually want to donate. Why don't you tell everyone at home what really sets you apart and sets 500 Men, the whole organization as a whole, from other organizations?
Well, I mean, the one main thing is that we have men volunteering, which is, unfortunately a rarity. A lot of the community groups you go to, especially the volunteer ones, there might be one guy, but it's mainly women. And, they're doing the heavy lifting, they're making things happen, and you rarely see men involved, especially a good number of them in community service. So that's the main thing that kind of sets us apart. I mean, we've gotten calls from, American Cancer Society and, different national groups just because it's men and they know we'll show up and we'll help, and, it may be just based on, our sex that, we'll pick things up and put them down. But, that's helpful and that's useful. And,
It is.
and we have no problem, doing that. Another thing that sets us apart is that, we're freely willing to, go the extra mile. Like, we've gone to Ghana to do a project. Yeah, we've been to
Wow.
Haiti. Yeah, we're actually going to be going to Ghana for the next 5 years, because we've actually, set up pretty good relationship out there where we're going to be helping to develop some things and probably even start a chapter out there. So
That's amazing.
Yeah. So we'll be international this coming year. Yeah.
And we have a very large Haitian population. So why don't you tell us about your trip to Haiti and what exactly was done out there?
Sure. So in Haiti, as in Ghana, we just help build housing. So following the format of a Habitat for Humanity, but we've actually worked with this agency that was an offshoot of Habitat called the Fuller Institute. So we traveled with them to go to Haiti and to help do some rebuilding of some houses, and we did the same thing in Ghana. And this upcoming year and for the next 5 years, we're actually going on our own because we've already made the connections
Right.
with brothers and sisters out there. And we're going to be doing the building on our own. And we were in Haiti for about 3 years. Yeah.
So this is all post-earthquake.
Yes.
Okay, so
Exactly. So
you all
the-
really got to make an impact because the first 2 years after the earthquake were just
yeah.
still devastating.
Yeah, definitely. And we love connecting with our brothers and sisters out there, and we have some ties that'll be lifelong. Yeah.
No, that's very true. Now, when you make those trips, of course, it might be impossible to bring 500 of you out there.
Oh no, right. It's a handful. it's a handful of brothers. We like to also include like some young brothers that we're mentoring. So we'll try to get some folks to kick in some dollars to help out, to have some younger brothers come through that are like under 21. Yeah. So and that's what we're planning to do. Going forward, we like to go with at least about 10 to 20 men and boys out there, so they kind of see some good numbers, to really
Absolutely.
help and make a significant impact.
And what has been some of the feedback from younger members, even older members who have joined, who decided to be a part of this, and how they feel actually staying with you 3, 4, 5 years in?
Well, I mean, we're getting good reviews. One thing that we do is a Man of the Year, and this year we're actually our youngest Man of the Year. This young brother, he's 20, but he's done. I mean, he's done some tremendous work, and the thing that the young men and the older men like, that we just treat everyone the same. Like, a lot of organizations, they'd be like, oh, the younger guys, well, that's the young sector or whatever. We're all men,
Very true.
And we treat each other as equals, and that's why this young brother, we're not giving him a youth award, we're giving him the Man of the Year award, because he's a man and he's been doing some man type lifting.